Hello YouTube, today we have a 2008 Honda Accord. We're gonna be replacing the rack and the pinion. First thing I do, usually I disconnect the sensor on the pressure line. This is the rack and pinion is back down in the engine. This is a 4-cylinder Honda Accord 2008. I think this will work for 2008 to 2012 or 14, I guess. It will be the same procedure on a 6-cylinder too. Disconnect the power steering pressure line to 10s and the 10 holdings on the engine. Then I disconnect the front engine mount. There is a 14mm as you see, and 217 for the bracket holding on the top of that. I think this is pretty much what you're gonna do from the top of the car. We disconnect the battery, and then we have to hold the steering wheel with the seat belt. That's how I do it usual, just like this, so we won't turn because we have to disconnect the racking pinion from the steering wheel rod. Alright, right now we're gonna open the two 10mm bolts holding the steering wheel rod to the racking pinion. Okay, this is the plastic, it's just plastic cover. It clips on those bolts right there. First 10mm we're gonna open and remove, and then there is another 10mm that we're gonna remove. It should be on the top, so we go ahead and remove that 10mm. Well, the car will need alignment anyway, but we try as much as possible to either mark the place where it's gonna be, but in this case we're replacing the rack and pinion, so even marking it is not gonna help anything. This is the top bolts, number 10. We open this just so we can slide up and give us that slight movement so we can remove it. So we just wiggle it and pull it up. Once we have it up, we should just put the 10mm back, the top one, so it won't come out from the shafts, the steering wheel shafts. So we put it back. We don't have to tighten it all the way, but as long as it's in place, is gonna hold it until we put everything back in the end. On this video, I'm gonna show how to take it off, and if you get to the point you take it off, you can put it back just by reversing the whole process. So we remove the air ducts so we can gain access to that 17mm for that bracket on the top of the engine mount. So we open those two, and then we open the 14. Now in the bottom, this is the bolt we're gonna be opening. Just an overview of what we have to open. We have to remove the exhaust. It's got two 12mm holding it to the manifold, the exhaust manifold. This is why we're changing the rack and pinion, because of this leak right here. So these two bolts 14, we gotta just lose them, not open them. This is gonna line up when we put in it back. 17s we have to remove. 10mm for the transmission line holding on the cradle too, and the 17 or 19mm holding the cradle. This will be the last bolt we open after we jack the cradle with something, because this is a very heavy part. You don't want to open this at the beginning. I'm just going over what we're gonna open. The power steering return line, we gotta replace that clamp. It's start leaking already. This is pretty much the cradle, and we have the shifter cable going under the cradle. We have to remove that so we can drop the cradle down and leave the engine transmission up. Okay, this is the tie rod. We have to open both tie rods, left and right. We have to open the ball joints and the bracket for the struts too. We just tap the tie rod until it come loose after removing the bolts, as you see here in the image. And I'm opening this return line from this side. That's the easiest point for me. Of course, we have to remove the ball joint bolts and the brackets for the strut mounts. The 214, we're just gonna lose them as I said earlier. Now, as you see, everything is loose, so the arm control will go down with the cradle. We remove the two bolts, 12mm bolts from the exhaust, and I'm gonna remove the whole exhaust system, since those bolts are really rusted and it will be like impossible to open them without breaking. So I don't want to break anything. I'm just gonna drop the exhaust system all the way down. As you see there is the 17mm for the back engine mounts. We have to remove that. And for the shifter, there is those 10mm to remove this cover. And after that, there is two 10mm holding the shifter cable and one 10mm holding with the neutral safety switch. For the 10mm with the neutral safety switch, there is a washer with the side. As you can see, the side, it's holding the bolt, so you have to push that side so you can actually remove that 10. This is how it looks after removing the cradle down. So the cradle is down right now, and everything is the engine, transmission, axle. You don't have to remove any of that. This is the easiest way for me. So right now, after everything is down, we have to open the 17 and 14 holding the rack and pinion, any brackets, any bolts for the lines holding it, and remove the two lines. Reverse the procedure to put back everything. Thank you for watching this video, and please let me know in the comments section if you need me to do any videos about something or something, and please subscribe. Thank you so much.